But the reality is that the ulcers don't occur on the drive to the horse show. They are there or not there the day you leave. And so it's really focusing, set the horse up for success and focusing on what the lead up is. The reason why it's so important to show is because that's when we interact with the horses the most. And it's also when the horse is under the most behavioral stress, therefore the most likely to be expressive. What it may have tolerated at home, its now behavioral threshold is reduced and it's actually going to say, I don't like this anymore. I'm not happy. With regards specifically to feeding, that's a misappropriation of the old human. Your mum used to say, don't eat 30 minutes before a swim because you'll get a stitch. A stitch is effectively your spleen contracting to release red blood cells because you need them. That's what horses do when they exercise. They keep about a third of their circulating red cell capacity in their spleen. They can shift, a racehorse can shift its hematocrit from 30 to 60 during high intensity exercise because its spleen contracts and releases those red cells. That's part of the reason they are such phenomenal athletes. That is physiologically normal for a horse. So it's a mistranslation of what happens to us to what happens to them. The reverse is when we think about squamous disease is acid splashing up onto the squamous mucosa. If we get together, we have a few Guinnesses over a few nights, we're all going to get heartburn. At least if you're over the age of 50, you're going to get heartburn. Heartburn is acid splashing onto your squamous mucosa. You don't have an ulcer. You haven't had time to develop one, but you got a lot of pain. If you run a horse on an empty stomach and you're splashing acid up onto that squamous mucosa, it's going to hurt.